Welcome back for another deep dive.
That's right. You bring us the material and, well, we dig into it, try to pull out the key insights for you.
Make sense of the noise, basically. Give you a quick way to get up to speed.
Exactly. And maybe find some surprising connections along the way.
So today we're looking at a film review. The film is called I Do Not Come to You by Chance.
Which is based on Adaobi Trisha Nwabani's novel.
Mhm.
And this specific review comes from the Glasgow Film Festival 2025.
Okay, so what does this source give us?
Well, it's a pretty detailed look into the movie story, the characters, and, the big themes it tackles. Things like online scams, family pressure in Nigeria, that sort of thing.
Right. I think most people listening probably remember those early Nigerian prince emails, right? They were almost a joke.
Yeah, kind of cartoonish. And the review says this film actually starts even simpler than that, like really basic stuff.
But it uses that as a way in to explore something much, much deeper, this sort of complex human reality behind it all.
So our job today really is to unpack what this review tells us. Understand the characters, the tough choices they face, according to the reviewer, and how the film itself balances all these different elements.
Okay, let's get into it. How does the review say the film kicks off?
It starts pretty innocently, actually. You see a young Kingsley, and he's writing love letters, but he's writing them for his Uncle Boniface.
Okay, letters promising romance, right? But the review notes there's a catch.
Yeah, the real point is just asking for a bit of money. Small stuff, like bus fare.
Ah, okay. And the reviewer connects that straight away.
Right. They say it echoes those, very early, not very sophisticated online scam attempts, sets the stage with these almost trivial requests before things escalate.
Gotcha. But then the film jumps forward
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah.
And Kingsley, played by Paul Nadikwe,
Yeah.
he's in a very different place.
Oh, yeah. Desperate is the word the review really leans into. He's a graduate, smart guy, but totally jobless. No real prospects.
And the review lays out just how much pressure he's under.
It really does. Paints a vivid picture. He's the first son, which carries this huge weight of responsibility,
Right?
Plus, his dad's sick. Hospital bills are piling up. He's got younger siblings needing school fees. His relationship actually ended because he couldn't afford the dowry.
Wow.
And every job application, silence or rejection. Oh, and his dad's pension hasn't come through for months either. It's just relentless pressure.
And the reviewer specifically mentions the actor Paul Nadikwe.
Yes, says his performance makes that desperation completely palpable. You really, really feel it.
So it's this complete lack of options, this crushing situation that leads him back to Uncle Boniface.
Exactly. He turns to him for support. And that's when we meet the older Boniface, played by Blossom Chikujeku.
And how does the review describe him? Sounds like quite an entrance.
Oh, it is. He pulls up in a limo, steps out wearing these glittering gold loafers, carries a gold-tipped cane.
Flashy.
Very. And the clothes dazzling, bright Nigerian menswear. It all reflects this really bombastic personality, as the review puts it.
Charming, though, initially.
Definitely. Silver tongue, big booming laugh, all charm on the surface.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Always. The review makes it clear there's another side. He's known as Cash Daddy to people who owe him money.
Catch Daddy. Okay.
And that booming voice, it can turn violent, fast. So he's alluring, yeah, but also dangerous, power hungry.
And the actor, Chikujeku. The reviewer thought he pulled off both sides.
Absolutely. Said he nailed both the magnetic charm and that sort of underlying menace perfectly.
So Kingsley, out of desperation, gets pulled into this world. What did that involve, according to the review?
Sending scam emails. Specifically, the review mentions emails pretending to be from various African dignitaries. The classic setup, really.
And the upside. The money.
Apparently, it's ridiculously good. The review mentions a montage sequence showing the immediate benefits. New apartment, nice clothes, going out.
The lifestyle change.
Right. But the review doesn't just leave it there. It immediately asks that crucial question.
At what price?
Exactly. That question seems to hang over everything.
And how does the film handle that balance, according to the reviewer?
Yeah.
Between the family drama and the flashier crime stuff.
The review credits the directors Chika Anadu and Ishaya Bako with doing that effectively. They seem to balance Kingsley's, painful home life with the more glamorous side of what Boniface is doing.
Is there an example of that blend in the review?
Yeah, there's a scene described where Kingsley is actually talking to a potential mark, someone he's trying to scam.
Yeah.
And he tells them about his own struggles. Being a graduate in Nigeria, the family pressures. He sort of uses his own reality in the scam. It shows how intertwined it all is.
That's interesting. So the film tries to make you understand why he's doing it.
It seems so. The reviewer notes that the script and Nadikek's performance really push for empathy. They frame Kingsley as this naive young man who is just desperate for income.
And what's the effect of that empathy, according to the reviewer?
It blurs the lines, deliberately. Makes it harder for the audience, and probably for Kingsley himself, to keep a clear sense of right and wrong.
Things aren't black and white.
Not at all.
Did the review highlight any other specific scenes?
Yes, there was one they called Brilliant, even compared it to that BBC show Hustle.
Oh, Hustle, yeah. Great show.
Right. So this scene involves Boniface explaining the details of a sting operation on an English businessman.
Okay.
And while he's explaining it, you simultaneously see the actual meeting playing out on screen. The whole intricate setup.
Oh, I like that parallel action.
Exactly. And the reviewer notes the tension comes from watching it unfold, wondering if someone will say the wrong thing, mess it up. They said it made it good fun to watch.
Sounds engaging. Okay, so what about the ending? How does the review describe the film's conclusion?
It calls it ambiguous, especially regarding Kingsley. It seems pretty clear what's going to happen with Boniface's operation, but Kingsley's path, less certain.
How so? What's the final scene described?
Well, Kingsley shows his mother, who's clearly proud, this legitimate internet cafe he's set up.
Okay, so that sounds like a positive turn. Right. He's gone straight.
On the surface, yeah. Seems hopeful. But then he gets a phone call, and after the call, he gives what the reviewer describes as a cheeky little look to the camera.
Look to the camera. Interesting. And the reviewer's reaction.
Jaw on the floor. That's the quote. Left my jaw on the floor.
Wow. So that one completely changes the feel of that ending. Undercuts the whole legitimate business thing, maybe?
Seems like it throws it all into question, doesn't it?
Yeah. And what was the reviewer's final takeaway thought on the film?
It kind of sums up that ambiguity, I think. They wrote, crime might not pay, but it's certainly enjoyable to watch.
That speaks volumes about that balance we were talking about. The allure versus the reality. Maybe that complicated empathy it creates.
Exactly.
So let's step back a bit. Thinking about this whole review, what does it suggest the film helps us understand? What's the relevance for you listening?
Well, I think based purely on this review, the film seems to push back against easy answers. It suggests that why people do illegal things, it's not always simple greed. It can be tangled up in desperation, circumstance, family duty.
Especially those pressures of responsibility, right? When opportunities just aren't there.
It
forces hands, maybe.
Yeah. And it also says something about stories themselves, doesn't it? How a film can make you feel for someone, even when they're doing things you know are wrong.
Like the reviewer experienced, it blurs your own ethical lines a bit. Makes you question.
It challenges those simple labels like victim and perpetrator. When life is this complicated, who fits neatly into those boxes?
Okay, so just to quickly recap what this review showed us. We started with those simple letter scams, saw Kingsley's deep desperation, met the flashy but dangerous Uncle Boniface, or Cash Daddy.
Right. Saw Kingsley get drawn in, the high cost of that money, how the film balances the grit and the glamour.
How it builds empathy to blur right and wrong. That cool, hustle-like scene.
And landed on that really ambiguous ending with Kingsley's internet cafe and that look.
Yeah, that look. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to chew on, coming straight from the review's description. Think about that final scene. Kingsley, the legitimate business, the phone call.
Yeah.
And then carries that cheeky little look to the camera. Given everything the review told us about his past, his desperation, the world he got pulled into, what do you think that single look really tells us about his future?
What possibilities does that jaw-on-the-floor moment suggest are still on the table for him, still open?
Something to think about, those layers of story, of character.
Always worth digging into.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.